All right. So for manage menu page, we need to have our view model ready, and the main UI design would be similar to main page. Two columns, 75% first one, 25% second one. Okay, in first one we are going to have this thing, then categories, then in we are going to have menu items, box view, activity indicator. That means this complete thing. The first grid, this complete grid we are going to have, and then second grid as let's do this. Let's copy this entire content of main page, go to manage menu items page, paste it. Okay, we'll modify it. First thing we don't need any title on this, so we will say shell dot is navbar is visible false. Okay, then the main heading text, it would be manage menu items. Then we need categories here. After that we need menu items here. We need is loading state. Then we comes to grid.column1. In here we are going to have current order. Instead of current order we will say save menu item. Date time we can have, and then inside this second row we are going to have our form. So save menu item form, and this vertical stack layout we don't need this. So this will be auto and star. Now this is the basic skeleton of this page, manage menu items page. Here we need categories and menu items and these methods, event handlers. So we have this first event handler, then we have this second event handler. Save it. I just pressed F12 so it came here, generated it. Okay, now we need categories list and menu items list in our manage menu items view model. The same way we have these things on our home view model. So I'm going to create a new class in view models, manage menu items view model. Okay, make it public partial, and then it should be a subclass of observable object. Cool. Constructor, and here we can inject our database service. And now let's go to home view model and let's see what all we need on that page. So there we need categories, we need menu items, we need selected category. These three things, copy these three things, come here, paste these. Let's add namespaces. Menu items, we'll use this aliasing, this it should come from R. After that we need is loading. Okay, then okay, we are good, then we don't need anything. After that is initialized. In any is initialized we are getting category, selected category, menu items, is loading. So we need this is initialized, this initialize async method. I pasted it, save, we are good. So far so good. Then we will need to have select category command. Let's copy this as well. Okay, save it. After that we need, when we are selecting any menu item, then what should happen on main page, it was add to cart, but in our manage menu items page, we don't have that add to cart. Here we will have the edit functionality. So here what we will do, we will simply say private async task, let's say edit menu item, something like this. And we will get menu item as a parameter here. Right now, we don't have that functionality. We'll do this. For now, let's have just a alert. Select shell.current.display alert. Edit menu item and okay. And this should be relay command. Save it and we are good. Let's add async suffix. Our manage menu items view model is ready. Let's go to our manage menu items page. Code behind. Inject that manage menu items view model. Let's create an assigned field. This manage menu items view model. Okay. And here we need to initialize this view model. For this, we'll say private async void initialize async, and in here we'll say await manage menu items view model dot initialize async, and from constructor we will simply call this. Save it and we are good. Then category list control on category selected. From here we will simply invoke the command on this view model dot select category command dot execute async, and it needs integer parameter category dot id. So category dot id, and with this menu items list control on select item, this should be menu item. So here we'll say await view model dot edit item command dot execute async. It needs menu item parameter, so we'll provide menu item parameter directly. Save it and our view model is ready. Sorry, code behind is ready. Now inside XAML page, what we will do here, we will add namespaces and then we'll set data type for this page. So let's copy the namespaces from maybe main page. All, copy all, and so controls we already have, so we'll remove controls and we are good. Now we'll set X data type on this page. So this should be the manage menu view model, this one. Then we will have these categories. Code behind, we didn't set binding context, right? Let's set binding context as well. Binding context to this view model only. Save it. And I think we should be good now. Let's try it out. Run. Oh, it will break. It will break. We didn't add this view model and this page to dependency container, right? So stop it. Go to MAUI program.cs at the very end. This also will make singleton. Oh, let's not make it singleton because this screen we might not open every time, so there is no point of having it in memory. Let's use transient for this. Manage items view model dot add transient, manage menu items page. Save, run. Okay, orders is fine. Manage menu items. We have category list and we have menu items list. Let's see if selection is working. Yes, selection is also working. You see, edit menu item. That command is also working. Right now we are displaying this order, this alert. Later, we'll pass this information into this right section where we will have a form to add or edit a menu item. Okay. Now it is looking good, but there is one uh, problem here. If you see this icon, this says shopping bag icon, right? It makes sense on home page, but it does not make sense on this manage menu items page because here we need edit icon. But how can we do this? Because this control, this is a reusable control which we are using from two different places. So we need to somehow make it conditional. Okay. So for that, what we will do in our control, manage menu items list control, here we should be directly having this icon path. We have one more icon for edit. For this, we need to know when we are rendering this menu items list control, we need to know that we are rendering it from main page or from manage menu items page, right? So for this, what we will do, we will have, let's say, one public string or variable here, public string, let's say action icon, and we'll have default value as this shopping bag icon value. Let's use this action icon on this XAML file. XAML. So here we'll say binding, and the source for this is going to be x reference, let's say this, and the path is will be this action icon. Save it. Right now if we run it, it should be same, no change, because we are having this and with the default value of this same shopping bag icon. Cool, on both the pages same. Now we need to make it dynamic. So for dynamic, what we can do, we can have one property here, public property of type bool, let's say is edit case, if this is the edit case. For this, we will not have any getter for this because we are not going to read it somewhere. We will just set it from the parent page, and whenever we are setting it, at that time we will set this action icon to, on the basis of, is the, if the value is true, that means is edit case is true. So if this is edit case, here we'll display our edit icon. If that's not the case, we'll display our this shopping bag icon. Save it. Now edit icon, we should have some edit icon in our resources, images, edit or pencil, edit solid24.png. Copy this. Now we are good. Default value will be false, is edit case is false, so it should come here, it would set this with this default value, so it would be same. But now from manage menu items page, we need to set it is edit case, and we are not going to modify it on runtime. That's why I have not added it as a bindable property. Bindable property means it can change over the period of time. right? That's why we bind it with some value, and if that value changes, the bindable property changes, then our UI changes. But for this case, it is only one time set. When we are rendering it, if this was added, it will always be added. If it was shopping, it will always be shopping. Okay. So is edit case, we don't need to do anything on main page, because from main page default value will be false, and for false action icon would be this. So we are good. We will just set it from our manage menu items page. Manage menu items page. So here we have this menu list items. So in here only we'll say is edit case equals true. Save it. Let's run it. Now we should see edit icon on manage menu items page and shopping bag icon on main page. So main page we have shopping icon, and manage menu items we have this pencil icon. Okay, so we are good. Cool. And this thing is still working. So now we are good. We have this section of the page ready. Now we can start working on this save menu items. So we are going to have a form here, and that form also we can create a reusable control, but we are not going to reuse. This is, we could say, just for code uh, separation. We will simply have this as a separate control. Okay, that we'll do next.